In order for you to move into the next level, it requires a death. There's something you have to grieve. It's the law of energetic grief. It is inevitable. You can't receive the next level until you grieve the current one. That includes grieving identities, coping mechanisms, relationships, and even versions of yourself that kept you safe. This is so important because most people skip this part. They wanted to get to the good stuff. But this is the very thing that keeps you from receiving your desires. So let me explain. Have you ever had an experience where you had a dream or you wanted to manifest something really big and exciting and you were working on it and you were doing all the right things? You were envisioning it. You were feeling into it. You were declaring it, but it just wasn't showing up. If you're like, yeah, then you might have experienced what I call the energetic grief. There are parts of us that resist the next level, resist the new person that we want to be, resist the relationship that we want, resist the body that we want. Because when we start making room for the new, it actually requires that we let go of the old, grieve the loss of it. This is true energetically. Like if I want to receive something new, I have to make space for it. You can't have two lovers at the same time. You can't be in two places at once. You can't live in two realities simultaneously. So there's this idea of the energetic body. If you think about how energy works, it always seeks to maintain equilibrium. It's always flowing from high to low pressure. It wants to balance out. And so our energetic bodies are kind of the same way. When we are ready to receive something new, there's this expansive opening up of the heart. We're getting excited. We're getting into possibility. We're starting to feel into the new and it's drawing us in. But in order for that to happen, there has to be contraction on the other side, something that we're letting go of. The energetic body always wants to stay in equilibrium. So in order for something new to come in, something has to go out. You can't have both at the same time. It's a quantum physics law. It's called the law of energetic grief. Have you ever noticed that when you start working on something new, you stop working on the old? When you decide to start a new relationship, you tend to cut off the energy from the old one. When you start a new job, you tend to put less energy into the old one. The more excited you get about the new thing, the more you sort of naturally gravitate away from the old thing. When we talk about the butterfly effect, we talk about how this one little change creates these rippling effects throughout the entire system. And sometimes, when we have this energetic shift, it can completely shift our reality. Sometimes when we work with clients, they'll say, well, I don't want to lose this part of me. Well, the truth is, you're not losing it. You're transforming it. So what is it that you don't want to lose? What's coming up for you as a form of grief when you start to allow the next level to come in? What is it that you fear you might lose? Is it an identity? Is it a coping mechanism? Is it a relationship? Is it a version of yourself that kept you safe? Is it something that you've been holding on to for a long time that feels like a part of you? There's a moment in a hero's journey where the hero needs to descend into the underworld. In order to do that, they have to relinquish their old self, relinquish the known reality, descend into the darkness, and then come back, transformed. As above, so below. As within, so without. We see this pattern everywhere. When the caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, it has to die in order for the new to emerge. This is the law of energetic grief. And what I really want you to notice is that we grieve what we're leaving behind. We grieve the old lover, even though we know that we need to move on. We grieve the old job, even though we knew that it wasn't fulfilling. We grieve the old version of ourselves, even though we know we're becoming something better. Notice, when you get excited about something new coming in, what comes up for you? What is the resistance? What is the part of you that doesn't want to let go of the old? One of the reasons that we do want to let go of the old is because it is familiar. We know how to navigate it. Even if it's not serving us anymore, we still have the skills to survive in that reality. We might think that we're crazy for holding on to something that we know is good for us anymore. Why do we hold on to toxic friends? Why do we stay in relationships too long? Why do we keep going back to the same jobs? Why do we keep recreating the same patterns over and over again? Because we know how to survive in those situations. We know how to operate. We know how to get by. We know how to get love in those situations. We know how to get attention in those situations. We know how to get resources in those situations. We might not be happy, but we know how to survive. And so the grief comes from having to leave the known for the unknown. If you're recreating a new identity for yourself and you're retrying to become a completely new person, what comes up is the fear of who you might lose in the process. It's okay to grieve that loss. It's okay to feel sad about that loss. Feel the feelings. Don't run from them. Don't try to distract yourself from them. Let yourself fully experience them, because that is the only way through them. What do we do with this energetic grief? We acknowledge it. We honor it. We allow it to be here. And I want you to think about something that you're really excited about, that S coming in for you. Think about what you want to manifest. Think about the identity you want to create. Think about the relationship you want to create. And notice, as you start to get excited about that, what comes up for you as a sense of grief? What are you leaving behind in order for the new to come in? And allow yourself to grieve that loss. Grief is not a bad thing. It's a necessary thing. It's the expansion and the contraction. It's the ebb and flow. It's the yin and the yang. It's the dark and the light. When you can honor the energetic grief, you can step into your power. When you honor the part of you that needs to grieve, you can step into your power. When you honor your shadow, you step into your power. When you integrate your shadow, you step into your power. When you own your shadow, you step into your power. I have worked with so many people over the years who got stuck because they would allow themselves to grieve the old. They would allow themselves to acknowledge the part of them that was sad about letting go of the old. They wouldn't allow themselves to shed a tear for the old, to cry for the old, to scream for the old, to rage for the old, to feel the feelings around the old. And that's what got them stuck. And so I invite you, as you're listening to this, think about something that you want to bring in. What do you have to grieve? What do you have to let go of? What do you have to lose? How can you honor the energetic grief that's coming up around that? And when you can do that, you will receive your heart's desire. As we end this episode, I want to mention that we have some powerful magic happening over at the website. It is a safe and sacred space for people to come together and connect with each other, to share their experiences, to ask questions, to get support and to feel seen. People are connecting all over the world, sharing their experiences and their insights. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful community of empowered women and men who are ready to step into their full potential